Oh, guys, what's going on? How are you? And welcome in as we are here. It's week 4. We're already got the DGFAI slip generator kind of fired up, ready to go. So I'm going to reset these filters right now. And it's kind of an old school stream, guys. Last year I did a lot of streams at noon, but right now I've been watching. I got the Steeler game off to the side over here. At the moment, it's quiet in the house, but I'm sure that'll change. But yeah, Steelers are looking good, so I'm in great spirits. 24-6 right now as we're in the fourth quarter, so looking like my boys will go 3-1. But for the next hour, we're just going to be hitting up some of the best bets for arbitrage, positive EV. Right now, we're looking at some DFS slips like over here at Underdog. This is a 6-pick entry, and we're just going to be sports betting for a while. What's going on, Rick? Sports betting for about the next hour, guys. And hopefully you guys are having a strong start to your Sunday. What's going on, Skunky? Arturo, what's going on? Week 4. Got to get hyped. So this is about a 25.5% play over here on Underdog, but again, it's a 6-pick entry. And then we got a lot of other 6-pick entries. I'm going to see if I can find maybe a 3-pick. Is there any 3-picks going on? Just in case for those of you, I'm kind of leaning. I'll make sure to show those other 6-picks for sure. But we're going to get a 3-pick Underdog and a 2-pick rebet entry here on the screen. But appreciate you guys hanging out with me as we're kind of just looking for some of the best bets for week 4. And we're going to be looking at a lot of player props right now. Not really looking to bet too many money line spreads or totals. OGs and DGens know this, but you should be getting those types of bets in early throughout the early and middle part of the week. This part of the day, an hour before kickoff, we're just looking for player props. That's all we really care about. I think that you're going to find the best. So let's see what we got here. Let's first show, this was the only flip entry right here. This is a 6-pick slip. I can't get the whole thing on the screen. Maybe I can. No, can't get the whole thing on the screen. So we'll kind of show this for you guys. Again, if you're looking for some different, if you're looking at this flip entry, you might want to take a screenshot or two or take a quick picture or something, because I want to make sure that I can showcase this, but I also, make sure I share some other plays as well. So you want to make sure you add that Davis Schneider play over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. The Chase McLaughlin play under on his field goals. So I'm just watching the TV off here over to the side, got it on mute. Steelers defense has looked incredible. TJ Watt had an insane interception. We'd love to hear from you guys how your college football Saturday went. I was hanging out with a lot of friends, had that Oregon plus 3.5 against Penn State, which was fantastic. It was fantastic. Everyone there was so upset. I was very happy. So it was a crazy double overtime game. Let's see what else we got here. Let's take a look at, let's pull up this PrizePicks entry here. This is going to be a 6-pick entry. And we got Butker, we got Stroud. But we got a lot going on today. As obviously on Sundays, last day of the Major League Baseball regular season. I haven't had a chance really to check the standings, but I want to see if there's really anything that's worth mentioning, because playoffs start on Tuesday. We obviously know the Padres are going to be taking on the Cubs. So it looks like the Mets and the Reds still have to figure out who's going to get that last wild card spot. American League's all taken care of, but it's really the Mets and the Reds, guys. So those are the two teams, whoever their matchups are, that those two teams are going to be playing for something, right? They have a lot on the line. And just if you look me glance off to the left, I'm just kind of peeping the score right now, seeing what's going on with the Steeler game. Demo, yeah, we got a new MacBook yesterday, man. And shout out to Alex Monahan and the OddsGM team for coming through. And just Alex literally hit me up and he was like, dude, just go get a laptop. Don't worry, I got you. So appreciate Alex taking care of me. And very, very blessed, very lucky for that. This is a 5-pick entry over here on Better for those of you that are looking to play a better slip. So yeah, my current MacBook is right here. It's all this top corner part here basically got smashed in. The laptop still works, but the screen is completely busted. So the screen doesn't work at all. And obviously, I just have to try to transfer some of the data from here over to this laptop. I literally have the same exact laptop as last time. Watching Cam Hayward walk gingerly off the field. He seems to be all right. He's just shaking his head, but we're okay. Luckily, the Steelers have a bye week next week, so that'll be something a little different. But yeah, so we got the laptop set up. It's not to my normal setup like before, but this is good enough for streaming right now. When I get back to Arizona, I'll kind of get back and get it kind of settled. So here we have 2 different 3-pick entries. One's on Dabble. One is on Underdog. Let me see if we can get this both into the screen here. Yeah, we're close. We're close. So, yeah, the Bonner play. Let's see if I can fit this whole thing in. Almost, yeah. You can see Geno Smith under 34.5 passing attempts up top. the very bottom here, this is Bonner over on 12.5 points and rebounds. Dabbling underdog 3-pick slips, and then we're going to jump over to the optimizer and take a look at some books. Back in a state now where I have ProfitX, I have no VIG, but I don't have access to any DFS books. If you live in Pennsylvania, you can't play underdog, you can't play PrizePicks. At least you can't play it for cash. Let me just knock down the volume a little bit here on my mic. There we go. That's a little bit better. Let's see. Yeah, Steelers just made a nice play on Wentz. Okay, we're looking all right. 9 minutes left in the game. They're up 18, 3-possession game. I'm not really sweating this one, which is, normally you can't say that with Steeler games. Normally every game you're sweating. So let's take a look at some PrizePick 3-man plays here, thanks to the OddsJam optimizer. Again, guys, if you want to try OddsJam 1 week for free and then save 35% off your first month, just use code Billy35 or BillyC. You're going to get 35% off your first month, and you're going to get to try it. Make sure that when you talk, when you chat with the people over at OddsJam, you let them know that you want to try the Platinum plan 1 week for free, because Billy told you could get Platinum for free. So at the moment, I'm just going to remove the fantasy scores, and we'll kind of see if we can piece together a 3-pick entry for PrizePicks. So we got Wentz. Obviously, this is a live bet right now. The Vikings have the ball. This is probably going to be a tough pick to get in, because literally the game is going on. Butker over 1.5 field goals. I always look for Pinnacle over here, and I always look for FanDuel. So I don't see that. So like JP Sears, Padres, Diamondbacks, I don't really know, what JP Sears has to gain from this matchup, because it's the last day of the regular season. So for myself, guys, outside of the Mets and the Reds, I'm just not betting anything. I'm just not going to touch baseball. I'm going to wait until Tuesday when the playoffs start. McBride here at minus 138, under 3.5 assists. I don't mind that. That's 16 cents off to FanDuel. I can go with McBride. And then Calvin Ridley, Nico Collins. No, Pinnacle has this at plus 108 odds. I don't like that at all. Mariota on his passing attempts. Yeah, it's only 6 cents off to FanDuel. McCaffrey on his rushing attempts on the over 16.5. This is okay. This McCaffrey play is okay. We know, guys, that the Niners' whole offense right now is Christian McCaffrey, so he's going to get a ton of touches. So I'd go with McCaffrey. I'd go with McBride, and I guess Butker. I'm okay with Butker, because the Ravens' defense, I know it's gotten shredded, but I'm okay with it. I'm all right with it. Let's look at the underdogs. Let's look at some 3-pick entries on underdog, and let's see what else we have going on. Then we'll jump over to some arbitrage. We'll jump into some positive EV. Kind of see what's what. Looks like the Vikings have the ball, 3rd and 4. Anton, what's going on? Ken, afternoon to you, my friend. 3rd and 4. It is the afternoon for me. Wentz steps up in the pocket, throws in the back of the end zone. That should be a touchdown for... Nobody had this dude for any time touchdown. But that's definitely a score. Glad to see Ramsey's back on the field. I don't know who 36 is for the Vikings. Xavier Scott. Xavier Scott, dude. I don't know if you had that as your first Vikings touchdown score, was Xavier Scott. Wentz finds him in the back of the end zone. Looks like, he got both feet in, so that's going to be a 28 to maybe 13 or 28-14. We'll see. They might take a look at the replay. His right foot might have been on the white chalk. All right, so we're looking here again. If you guys want to play fantasy scores, you can. The reason that I don't play them is because each platform has slightly different rules in terms of how they score different plays. So it's just not something that is consistent across the board with all the other sports books. So it's typically something that, when I first started using the optimizer, I played fantasy scores. I don't really mess around with it now. Caleb Williams on his passing attempts over 31.5. Yeah, it's not great to FanDuel, but I think it looks pretty good to Pinnacle. And then again, Wilson on these points, rebounds, and assists, or points and rebounds. I like the under 38.5. I like this play. FanDuel's at 36.5. Granted, we're getting this at minus 122, but it's 38.5. I like this Wilson under. So this would be my first play, for sure. I play Wilson. And then what other one are we maybe looking at here? Like Caleb Williams, probably not. Michael Penix. The over 30.5. I can get down with Penix. He's been garbage. Here's the problem with the Penix play. If Penix starts the game in the first half and is garbage like he was last week, they're going to yank him and they're going to pull in Kirk Cousins. Okay, so the Penix play is very risky. It's a high risk play because if he stinks the first half, he's not going to finish the game. They're going to put Cousins in, right? So that's the only problem with that play. Jakrowski Merritt, the under 30.5, FanDuel's at 26.5. I'm okay with this. This play's okay. Cam Ward, on the other hand, what do we got with Cam Ward? Yeah, not a good play to FanDuel. So this is tough, guys. It's definitely tough. I'd go with Bonner. I'd definitely go with Bonner. FanDuel's at 13.5. I'm okay with the 12.5, but a similar price. So I'd go with Bonner. I'd go with Krosky Merritt. I'd go with Wilson. Those would be my 3 picks. You could play Michael Penix, but it's just if you believe he's going to have a good game, right? Because also, if the Falcons are losing, that means Penix has to throw the ball more, and that means probably Penix made some mistakes, the reason why they're kind of behind the 8 ball. So let's kind of take a look at some other things we got going on here. Steelers minus 6.5. This is a live bet here on Fliff. We don't have Pinnacle's odds, but FanDuel I would put is a sharp book for live betting. They're at minus 330. If you have Fliff, I would definitely bet this right now. I think it's 28 to Irish. That is crazy, dude. That is crazy that he has in this parlay. Let me double check the score here. So it's 24-14. Minus 6.5 is a nice number. I'm cool with that. Because even if the Vikings are going to need a cheap field goal to get this to 24-17, minus 6.5, that's why it's so heavily juiced. But I'm very okay with this. Again, guys, if you're live betting this right now and you see Steelers at minus 7.5, I would not take that number. If the Steelers go 3 and out and the Vikings get the ball, the Vikings are down 10. So if the Vikings kind of stall out around the 25 to 45 yard line on the Steelers side of the field, they're just going to kick the field goal because it's a 2-score game. So remember that. Taking the Steelers at minus 6.5, very good. Minus 7.5, I do not like that play at all. I don't like minus 7.5. So little things to think about. You want to take them at minus 3.5. Again, if the Vikings get a touchdown here, if they get a stop and a touchdown, then your minus 3.5 is dead, right? So little things that you want to pay attention to when you're betting spreads. But if you just, if you're going for the cheap field goal, you can take these spreads for the Steelers, but you're really banking on them that the Vikings are going to get the ball back down 10 and just kick a field goal and then hope to get the ball back, get another stop on defense. So some of these times when you're betting spreads on football, again, if Kenneth Gainwell gets out to the 35, okay. You got to think about these things. Parlay play. Parlay play. So I'm not going to throw in minimum data points right now. If you believe in parlay play, I like the Logan Webb play the most. 25 cents off to FanDuel, 14 cents off to Pinnacle. That's okay. But again, baseball, the Giants don't really have. They're not like the Mets or the Reds, so I don't know how you feel about Logan Webb. The rest of these football plays, guys, look very good to parlay play. But again, you're just using hot streak as your sharp. Now here with the FanDuel play for Jamar Chase, I'm okay with that, right? You're getting, this one's not a good play compared to FanDuel. And neither is Justin Fields. So when you look at a sharp book like FanDuel, big play there is, who is that? That's Kenneth Gainwell, dude. He's had a heck of a day today. This is where, Fields and this Chase play, I don't really like. Right? So you have to think like FanDuel's going to have similar numbers here for Malik Neighbors. Let's go over and look at some arbitrage plays. Let's see what we got here. So this is where we're day trading the books, making risk-free profits. Again, guys, if for my OGs and DGens, if you want to see specific plays, specific games, don't hesitate to reach out and ask. That's the power of being a member of the channel, is you can kind of steer the stream where you want it to go. I always forget to mention that, but don't ever hesitate to ask that. So Dante Thornton Jr., Bears Raiders, over under on FanDuel. Plus odds number is larger than the minus odds number. There we go. Look at that. Kenneth Gainwell, dude. Another 8-9 yards. Boy is just tearing them up right now. But here you can bet the over on FanDuel. You can bet the under on SportsZeno. You can make a good profit, right? The minus 115. You can see this is way off. SportsZeno is way off compared to everybody else. I kind of might want to bet the over 2.5 straight up on FanDuel, though, to be honest with you guys. Clayton Kershaw today, over under. If you don't want to have to figure out what he's going to do in his outing today, then you can just day trade the books and make a guaranteed profit. Who cares if he goes over or under? It doesn't really matter, right? You can hit this up on SportsZeno with either No Vig or ProfitX. If you see SportsZeno, guys, it's a very easy sports book to make money on. You don't have to really do too hard of a deep dive with SportsZeno because they're typically normally off. Again, for my preset pre-match filters, I have it at 2, minimum 2, maximum 10% DVIG settings. I'm looking at Pinnacle. You can also look over here at OddsJam's recommended book weights. You can do that as well. When we come over here to markets, I like to use main markets and player props for arbitrage. And I'm looking just at today's date range. That's all I'm really looking for. Sports books, this is where you can pick and choose which sports books. For those of you that have been using OddsJam for a while, you can set manual filters to certain books. This little plus sign here, this add advanced filter, if you want to set up a specific filter to FanDuel, you're going to see right here, apply advanced filters to FanDuel. This is where you can create specific filters to FanDuel for arbitrage plays, okay? Depending on whatever market that you want to pick, right? Whatever odds range, you have full customization with every sports book to create a customized advanced filter if you want to for arbitrage betting. This is a really cool thing. Where maybe you found some certain arbitrage plays with FanDuel and maybe DraftKings for live, you can create custom filters for maybe NFL player passing yards. You can do that between FanDuel and DraftKings. Or maybe it's hits, runs, and RBIs between Bookmaker and FanDuel. You can create specific filters just for certain books and markets and odds range. Everything is at your fingertips here. You want to make sure that you take advantage of this, guys, because it's a new feature that was added a couple months ago. Also, something else that was recently added, we talked about this yesterday, the deposit optimizer. This is where you can come down here and either use the scroll bar, or you could just type in that you have a $1,000 bankroll. OddsJam is going to recommend to you then the sports books based on the state or country that you live in, where and how much you should put your money into. So in Pennsylvania right now, where I'm located, I should put in 310 into Novig, DraftKings, FanDuel, and BetMGM. If I had a $10,000 bankroll, then they're going to tell me that I should put my money into these 12 sports books, okay? So depending on your bankroll size and where you live, you're going to be able to find, this is just going to provide a bit of a roadmap for you, kind of help figure out like, okay, and this is where I should put my money at. And this is all based off of what OddsJam is seeing in terms of betting opportunities with each sports book. They've made notes, and this is where the deposit optimizer comes in. It's up here at the very top. Make sure you take advantage of it. Okay, let's look at some plus EV plays. Let's look at some anytime touchdown scores. One of my favorite markets to kind of go after. Save filters. I got it already set right here. Billy C ATDs. Make sure, guys, if you're looking for anytime touchdown scores, make sure that you type player touchdowns. That's where you want it to go. There might be a market here that says anytime touchdown. You don't want that. Steelers got the ball first and goal. Every time I look, pull my head up, I just see Kenneth Gainwell like getting up off the ground and just like shaking his head. This boy is slicing and dicing the Vikings on this drive. Steelers got the ball at the 10-yard line. We are just rolling over the Vikings. I thought Minnesota, I thought you had a good defense. Like, what's up, dude? Can't catch DK Metcalf. We're running the ball down your throats. 4.5 minutes left. This is that kind of game-ending drive that you're really looking for from the Steelers. First and goal here. We'll give a little play-by-play. Handoff to the stretch left. Gainwell gets stuffed for probably -2 yards on that handoff. A little stretch play off the left tackle. Didn't really go for much. All right, let's look at some anytime touchdowns. We talked about this yesterday. Brock Bowers, ESPN Bet, DraftKings, using Pinnacle as our sharp. Onyx, we can get this over at Onyx. Do I have any money on Onyx right now? Because that's a book I know right now that I could definitely get this play down on. Let me see. Can't remember off the top of my head. So I got $36, guys, right now. That's what we'll hit this up. My other cell phone is not here, but we'll look for Brock Bowers plus 165, Bears Raiders. Let's do this, all right? And let's go to NFL, and we'll come down here and look for this Bears-Raiders game. And then we're just going to scroll down. Anytime touchdowns, Brock Bowers, plus 163. I got about $36 in the book. We'll put the rest of it on here. Bingo, there we go. We got that going. We're rolling with that. So we're in for Brock Bowers for about $36 because that's all I had in my Onyx account. Again, guys, I got it at 163 instead of 165. It's still very good at 163. OddsJam's Bet Tracker is completely free. It's a favorite of mine. Omari and Hampton. Man, we got some good ones here. Roma Dunze. By the way, ESPN Bet's been showing a lot for anytime touchdown scores. I don't have my backup cell phone. It's upstairs right now. That's where I need to get this bet in for Roma Dunze. Omari and Hampton as well over on DraftKings. You could go bet this over at FanDuel as well, which I might try to do at the moment. Minus 115 odds, guys, if you're looking to hit this up on FanDuel, not going to be as good as minus 110. It's about a 2% edge. It's okay. A Dunze here, remember, with the gold plan and the platinum plan, click into any sportsbook's odds. Dude, this Roma Dunze play this is the kind of play you want to go after. Look at the line movement here from Pinnacle. See how about 4 hours ago, it was at plus 150? Now it's at plus 128. That means that if you bet $100 on Pinnacle 4 hours ago, you got paid out 150. Now betting $100 gets you paid out at 128. So you're literally... Pinnacle's saying, hey, we don't think you should be getting paid out as much on this play because of money and information. The market is moving in a certain direction. So what you want to do is pick off the sports books that are sleeping at the wheel. ESPN Bet hasn't moved at all. They just set their odds, and it's a Sunday, dude. They're not working. So go after ESPN Bet on this play. Roma Dunze for the Bears. Anytime touchdown plus 155. It's all about putting more money in your pocket. For those of you that are like, big whoop, Billy, who cares? You go over to Fanatics and bet $100, you're getting paid out $125 when this bet wins. You're going to get paid out $155 over at ESPN Bet. Why wouldn't you go put the most amount of money in your pocket? It just doesn't, it makes complete sense to go ahead and do that. So there we go. Roma Dunze, anytime touchdown score. 1 second here. I might have made a mistake on the TV. I got to get the football game back up here. So make sure that you hit that up. We like the Hampton play. Nico Collins, guys, go get this right now. I might want to go grab this over here on Profit X. Make sure that you get it before I do because I think it's a very, very, very good play. All right, so I'm just going over here grabbing the game. And we're going to take a look at, and also, if you want to pair this with DeAndre Swift, totally fine with that. This is it's okay at FanDuel. It's not ideal, but it's okay. So if you want to grab this, if you want to put a two-leg touchdown, a SGP, I wouldn't recommend running an SGP with a Dunze and Swift because ESPN Bet's going to rip you off in price. That's what's going to happen there. So what you want to do is either bet these separately. That would be my instance. Because these are two players on the same team in the same game, running a same game parlay over on ESPN Bet, they're going to give you a terrible price. So just bet these as individual straight wagers and you'll receive the price that you're seeing on the screen. Bucky Irving over at BetMGM. Yeah, I'm good with that. I don't mind that at all. Plus 103 over here at Pinnacle. Again, guys, even though Pinnacle's only taking $500, and that's not a lot of money, I've been betting with Pinnacle as my sharp for over 2 years for anytime touchdown scores. I've had an incredible time. To give you guys a quick example, I'll pull this up as a background just to show you guys here in just a second. Anytime touchdown scores to start the first month of the football season has been very, very profitable for me. If I pull up my picket here in just 1 second, let's go over here. Let me go down here to the bottom. This has been a very, very good market for me. So far, I have a 38% ROI on Pickett when it comes to anytime touchdown scores. This is a market that I've made videos on in the past. So you guys can see right here, I've won 7 out of my 19 bets, made almost $500 in this market. It's a very good market, and this is kind of the recipe for success. It was a successful market for me last year. It's a successful market for me this year. It's a very simple strategy. Use Pinnacle as your sharp sports book. Pick off the recreational books. They're stale to the market. You're going to receive a great payout, high price. That's what it's all about. Rick, No Vig has a website now? Get the hell out of here, dude. No way. Skunky, no worries, man. Alex posted a screenshot yesterday which showed where sharp money was being bet. So Skunky, yeah, it's still what Alex was showing is in the beta testing stages right now on OddsJam. So he's kind of giving you a little morsel right now. He's giving you a little sneak peek. It's not available for the regular users on OddsJam. It will be in the future. I don't know. They haven't announced when they're going to release it, but it's going to be a way for you guys to have. We're trying to figure out other ways for you to be able to make money on ProfitX and No Vig using these books as sharps, because we talk about a lot of professional bettors are on those sports books because they let you bet whatever you want, right? So you could wager $100,000, $1 million on those books. They don't care. So OddsJam's trying to find different ways for you to make money off of those exchanges. So yeah, just bet one. Nice to know, Rick. I appreciate you sharing that. So let's go through some other anytime touchdown scores. If you guys live in Vegas, hit up this Jalen Hurts play. This is an under, so it's for him to not score. Nico Collins, this is a little scary, right? Because there's $2,000 cash on this play that you can bet into. No Vig's got it at $4,200. That's a lot of money in a particular market for me. But I still really believe in Pinnacle. We're talking about the best receiver on the Texans. He cashed last week. I'm okay with going over to ProfitX again, guys. If you want to put a quarter or a half unit on this, I'm totally fine. OddsJam's recommended me to put $150 down. I'm probably just going to go somewhere between $50 to $75 here. It's just going to be a little sprinkle. It's not going to be crazy, right? I'm taking a conservative route because of how much liquidity is available in this market. We want to just kind of be careful, but I'm okay with it, right? Nico Collins, he's kind of my distant third cousin. We don't see each other too many times on family reunions, but when we do, we always kind of dap up and say what's going on. So we're going to put 75 down on my distant third cousin to score a touchdown for the Texans. I like that. Again, if you want to go after this play, maybe a little sprinkle here, right, for my ProfitX guys. I like the price that we're receiving. And again, guys, it's all about the price. We have roughly just about a 48% chance of winning this bet, slightly worse than a flip of a coin. This is where if you guys are new to betting plus odds, right? Everyone likes to bet minus odds. They think it's a safe play. These types of plays that's slightly worse than a flip of a coin, this is where you can dip your toes into the water, start to get acclimated to this type of odds range. Trust me, you're going to find a lot of great value in that plus 100 to plus 125 range. The books don't know what they're doing when you're using Pinnacle as your sharp sports book, as your guide. It's going to be a great time. All right, we talked about this Bucky Irving play. I'm cool with this. The Nick Chubb play with the Texans. We talked about this rookie running back from the Texans, Mac or Marks or whatever the hell his name is. I'm a little nervous about this guy because his snap percentage has been going up. His usage has been going up as a rookie the last 3 weeks. Seems like that Chubb is just not getting it done. This might be the last time we might find any value on Chubb. This is one of those with... We talked about Michael Penix Jr. earlier, how he's been garbage last week. If he plays bad this week, he might get pulled in the middle of the game. Chubb might not be receiving as many snap opportunities on the field if this rookie continues to excel. So take this play with a grain of salt as well. All right, let's get out of the touchdown market. Let's just look at any markets for any time right now, guys. Again, this is a really good time of the day to bet your player props for the early slate of the NFL games. Why? Because all your buddies that are casual sports bettors are getting ready to sit down to watch football and they want some action. They want to place some bets. So this is how you can use a sharp tool like OddsJam. Again, use code Billy35. Get 1 week free trial, 35% off your first month. This is how you can blend in your sharp activity and look like a casual sports bettor. This is how you can put some camouflage on you to these books and say, hey man, I just like to sit down and place bets 40 or 35 minutes before the game starts. Roughly, guys, I will say 10 minutes before kickoff, I would not place any more player prop bets. Typically, the closing line value that you're going to receive on these bets is around 10 to 15 minutes before kickoff. That's really what the true price is. I don't want you to place any, normally, guys, we're streaming at 11. It doesn't matter. 10 to 15 minutes before kickoff, that's when I'd shut down your betting out opportunities and wait until the game goes live. Once the game goes live, holy smokes. We click this live button. There's still 3.5 minutes left in the Steeler game. So what we can do is we can come over here, and what I like to do is look main markets, right? We're going to take a look at, say, yeah, I'm fine with this, and we're going to look at today and see if we're just going to hit the play button and see if anything pops up for the Steeler game, right? Big play by the Vikings. Jordan Addison streaking down the sidelines. He's going to house this. This is a house call, boys. Oh, never mind. He stopped short just at the 1. So, I mean, this is not over yet, right? Obviously, I haven't seen what happened in the Steelers' red zone possession, but something happened. 3 minutes left, guys. If you got the Steelers now minus 6.5, you might have just took a dump in your pants because it's not looking very good. Addison just blows through the coverage, zone coverage. I don't know what the Steelers were doing there. Almost a house call. Turf Monster got him. First and goal at the 1, handoff to Jordan Mason. He gets stopped at the 3-yard line. If you guys have a Jordan Mason anytime touchdown, you're probably on the edge of your seat right now looking to see if they're going to give him another crack. It's tough to say. I mean, the Vikings have 1 timeout, 2-minute warning. They're going to want to throw this ball. So that might have been Mason's only opportunity there to get in the end zone because the Vikings can't mess around. They got to get in the end zone before the 2-minute warning. This is really crazy. Again, if you're not seeing anything on the EV tool, we can come over here to the sportsbook screen. And if you guys can't tell that I'm fired up, that football season's back, then you probably don't have a pulse. Drop back from Wentz. He's going to throw this one up in the air, and it's incomplete for Naylor. So what you could do here, guys, is if you believe in this point spread, this is where you could say if the Steelers get a stop here on 3rd down, Vikings are going to kick a field goal because they're down 10, right? They don't, even though they want this touchdown, they can't afford it. They got to at least get a field goal. So this third down play is huge. So if you're betting the point spread, you can see the Pinnacle's not showing anything at the moment. We're on the sportsbook screen over here on OddsJam. And, this is a really, really big play here because this is going to be a massive swing either way. So that's why the Vikings at plus 3.5 is such a big deal right here. So we got 3rd and goal from, I'd say, the 2.5. Shotgun formation for Wentz. Mason off to the left, fake handoff. Incomplete pass. That's a huge stop for the Steelers defense. And so, unless my screen's behind, I'm behind because they're showing 21 here. Then they must have went for it, guys, on 4th and goal. You can see how far behind my TV is because now the Vikings put this one in the end zone. So, Dad, they just scored because we're a little bit late behind. He definitely grinds, Antoine. No doubt about that. So, let's go back and look at some other player prop markets for the rest of this for this upcoming slate of games that we have going on. Let's take a look. Again, we'll use Pinnacle as our sharp. I'm going to remove Sportzino, guys. You don't need really any. You can use the OddsJam tool to find great plays on Sportzino. So here with Williams and Booty, you guys can easily see you can run this as a 2-leg parlay. That was really risky by the Vikings. Can't believe they went for it. That's huge. So this again, Steelers, this game's not over. Did not think the Vikings would go for it on 4th down 10, but they did. If you got the Steelers at plus 4.5 pregame, then yeah, you're looking really good. Really good. And we'll see what happens here. Because the Steelers basically now need to... Because there's 8 seconds left. So I don't know if they'll have the kickoff, if they'll have him run it out of the end zone to try to get past the 2-minute warning. That's really too much time. Usually kickoffs last around 4 to 6 seconds. So I don't know what's going to happen there. But we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, this is still the Vikings still have life, no doubt about that, which can't have easy things as a Steelers fan. All right, we talked about this Dante Thornton play earlier on FanDuel. They've been leaving this up here for a while. This looks to be just too good to pass up on FanDuel. Like, I can't say no to this play. Again, guys, this is why this is such a big deal. $100 wager on DraftKings for this same exact bet pays you $127. You bet this over at FanDuel, pays you $162. Why wouldn't you go over to FanDuel and play this? Why would you play this at DraftKings or Caesars or MGM? This is a no-brainer here. You're getting paid out way more than what you should. That's the power of positive EV betting. Brock Purdy over on his passing completions. Probably half of these completions are going to be to Christian McCaffrey. Very good bet over here on ESPN Bet. Take the over plus 130 odds. I'm in on that. Again, if you guys see here on MGM, you can run a lot of, you can run a 3-leg traditional parlay. Njoku under, Mahomes over, Jennings under. You can run all 3 of these as a 3-leg parlay if you want to. Josh Allen over on his passing attempts. Honestly, I don't really like this a lot because the Saints are terrible and the Bills could just literally run this. Josh Allen might be sitting on the bench in the 4th quarter because the Bills have this thing busted wide open. Could be one of those like 41-3 type games. So I would be careful on this Josh Allen play. And that's just all based on, did you watch the Saints play football last week in Seattle? I don't think they knew they had a game because they didn't show up. So the Saints are by far the worst team in the NFL, guys. You got to be careful with some of these plays. Roma Dunze. So here's where, like with a Dunze, I really like this over at ESPN Bet. We're getting a better price at no vig. The scary part, though, is no vig's taking almost $4,000 in this market. But again, like I can't pass this up. Odunze is clearly the dude in Chicago this year. So I'm going to go over to Novig. I'm not going to test out the website. Looks like the onside kick didn't go further. Again, guys, if you're live betting this, then you're already, I'm back in time right now. You're already in the future. You've probably already seen the first next 2 plays. For those of you that don't know, when you're live betting, there is a delay when you're watching the games on the television. Sometimes it's 30 to 60 seconds, which is a little annoying when you're trying to live bet the game because basically you don't need to watch it on your TV. So I'm going to pull this Bears play up here, and we're going to, OddsJam's telling me to bet $200. I'm probably going to go, once I find this Bears game, I'm going to go probably between 100 to 150. It's just too good of a price. I can't pass up on this. Here we go. And I'll share my phone here in just a second. Again, guys, what I hope you can appreciate with me on the stream is I just don't tell you to bet something. I actually bet it myself. I put my money where my mouth is. And so if you can find that, you can find me being a real OG. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Like the video. Share it with your friends. If your friends stink at sports betting, don't laugh at their misery, dude. Send them over my way. We can put them on the winning track to making money sports betting. All right, so we're going to go in for, we'll do a 125 here. Odunze anytime touchdown. Steelers recover the onside kick. They still need, though, to get, I understand why the Vikings did that, to conserve time. And also, if the Vikings give up a field goal here, a touchdown will win the game for them. So I get that. Make sure, though, guys, you are using the bet tracker over here at OddsJam. You want to make sure that you're tracking your bets. Don't rely on your sports book open and settled bets on FanDuel and DraftKings to see what your tracker is. Have everything in one nice, concise, neat location, and that's what the tracker is over here at OddsJam. Been using it for 4 years. It's literally, it's my Bible. It's everything right now. I need this bet tracker to know what I'm using, and it's completely free at OddsJam. So if you're not tracking your bets, what are you doing? Get in the game. Use the free bet tracker. It's awesome. All right, so I'm not going to mention the play-by-play because if you guys are watching this live or live betting this, you guys already know kind of what's going on. Steelers get a first down, the ball game's over. If they don't, then I'm probably going to shut the stream down and sweat in front of the television and profusely, even though it's only week 4. Okay, Bryce Young to not throw a pick. Man, you guys watch Bryce Young play football? Oh, man, he looks like a high school quarterback out there. He's about 5'9", soaking wet, maybe 150 pounds. So this is a really good price. They're over at Bet Rivers, Sugar House, any Canby Sportsbook, guys. So I'm probably gonna make this wager over at Sugar House. But what we like to see here is look at the movement from Pinnacle within the last hour or so, right? This movement is very key. Line movement, guys. I know a lot of you like to bet on your cell phone. Using your laptop, man, to be able to see this insight, because you can't see the line movement on your phone, but you can on your laptop. This is why I always love betting on a desktop. I understand you guys are very busy. It's kind of go, go, go. But I tell you what, this is the extra kind of feature or bonus that you have using the desktop. So we're looking at Bryce Young. Make sure it's at plus 106, guys. If you log on to your Bet Rivers account and it shows minus 110, don't bet it. We are all about the price here when we're EV betting. Okay, so I'm going to come over here. I got $100 in the account, so that's just what we're going to put on this right now. And let me go ahead and share my screen here. We're looking at Bryce Young. There's plenty of times, guys, you just got to keep an open mind to unpredictability. Sports is very unpredictable, and so as much as I don't like wagering on Bryce Young to not throw a pick because I don't think he's a very good quarterback, you know what, guys? Crazy things can happen. So plus 106 odds here. Let's see if I can get $100 on this. I don't know if I can. I might be limited on this. No, they'll let me get it. Shout out to Sugar House. So we're in for $100. It's going to pay us out $106. And there we go. 3% edge, guys. I like that play, even though I don't like the quarterback. I like the price that we're getting, and that's all that it is. So we're going to put that in over on Bryce Young. What else do we got here? Ricky Pearsall under 4.5 catches. I mean, if Jennings is healthy, Pearsall could get some action over here. I don't know how I feel about that one. Let's go back to the top, though. Let's see what we got here. Caleb Williams is the top play on Fanatics. This is a smash on Fanatics. Anything that's over plus 122 odds is a solid play. So no VIG for $36. If you guys want to race me, I might beat you to it. Go get this over at DraftKings as well. No VIG, it's only $36. I would grab that even though it's just barely above our line. That's a good play. Orty says, I have a hard time betting on phones. Don't know how Arbologist does it. Yeah, some of these dudes, man, they're just very comfortable with the phones. I don't know how they do it either. I'm more of a laptop guy. I'm a little more old school. But that's also because I'm streaming them on the computer all the time. Again, guys, tomorrow we're going to be streaming at 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific. We're back on Monday. We're going to be looking for some best Monday Night Football bets. We're going to look at the Major League Baseball playoff schedule and see what kind of matchups that we got going on. We might be able to find some good playoff bets. Remember, though, guys, I'll mention tomorrow with playoff baseball betting, especially on pitchers, got to be careful because the managers have a real quick trigger when it comes to pulling it. I'm looking at this Kenneth Gainwell rush. Don't go out of bounds, bro. What a smart football player. Just stays in bounds, keeps the clock running, makes the Vikings maybe use that timeout. Steelers pick up a third down here. I'm living the Vila Loca. So we're going to have a good time. So that's going to be for tomorrow, guys. We're going to do a little deep dive when it comes to Major League Baseball, some of those player props. And then we're obviously, I think it's a doubleheader tomorrow night for Monday Night Football. So we got 2 games, Bengals, Broncos, and I think Jets, Dolphins. So we're going to be on that as well, taking a look at what we have going on. So normally, guys, if you see BetMGM pop up, you see some of these plays, don't have to do too deep of a dive here. Just go after them. Fanatics, go after them. Jackson Dart over 19.5 passing completions. For those of you that tailed me earlier this week on that underdog 3-pick slip, we need Jackson Dart to get 230 passing and rushing yards or more, and we're going to cash that slip. So hopefully that happens. Let's hope the rookie has a surprising day. Maybe we're subtly surprised, and maybe Jackson Dart is that dude in New York. Maybe that's going to happen. Also, if you want to grab this over at FanDuel, I'm okay with this over 19.5 passing completions. 3rd and 1 here. I got to pause the stream here, guys, because this is a big one here. Got to get the first down. Steelers going to call timeout. Made me talk it over again. I did not like the under center 3rd and 1. Rodgers is like, yeah, I kind of want to talk about it too. So we'll see. If you guys already know what happened, do me a favor and don't tell me. Because I probably can't take it. The old heart can't take it. Not like it used to be. All right, Tedero McMillan, under 65.5 receiving yards. Again, there's only $46 in liquidity over here on no vig, so I would definitely grab this play. It's fine. If you want to go over to DraftKings, I would get this as well. Let me log into no vig. And if you guys beat me to the punch, go ahead. Not a lot here though when it comes to liquidity for this play. Betting unders, no one likes to bet unders, but unders hit, man. Bryce Young could not throw a pick today, but he might only throw for like 120 yards. Because he's, like I said, my man's not great. All right, Tedero McMillan, we're looking at the 65.5, minus 105 odds. Big 3rd down and 1 here. What a surprise. The Steelers don't get it. So now we got to figure out if they're going to go for it on 4th down, which if I was them, I would. I'd go for it. You have a chance to win the game. You can't get another yard. No reason to punt the football here. So we're looking at McMillan, under 65.5, $46. I'll take the full 46, leave 4 cents out there. And there we go. We get the under 65.5 for McMillan. Dude's a beast, but I'm all right with that price. I'm all right with that. Again, only $46. Big play here on 4th and 1. Steelers don't have a timeout, so this is the ball game here, guys. Would be very surprised if they don't get this. Rodgers going to sneak it? Probably not. And then they just took the delay of game. So Tomlin said, hey, we're going to take the delay of game, and we're going to kick, and we're going to punt the football. That's what basically he said. Tomlin, dude, I don't agree with this. This is Tomlin saying, this is old school Tomlin. Believes in his defense. We're going to punt the ball, but I don't know if Mike T understands that, like, the Vikings just need a field goal. Like, this is every single week, guys. Just when you think you're, as a Steelers fan, just when you think, like, hey, well, this is going to be a nice, easy week. Nope, we can't have it. Nope. So I understand the Vikings have no timeouts, but it's 1:08 left. So, dude, this is going to be Heartbreak Hotel. I'm going to be crying in my alphabet soup later. I already know this. This is that's not a fun time. Not a fun time. Travion Henderson, under 9.5 rushing attempts. Here's the only problem with this play, guys. Ramondre Stevenson last week fumbled twice. Antonio Gibson fumbled once. Shout out to Waitman, the punter. He's like, hey, let's blast this ball in the end zone so that now the Vikings get the ball at the 25. Absolutely terrible special teams by Danny Smith and the Steelers. That was horrible, horrible special teams. And now I'm on the edge of my seat here watching this game. So this is going to be pretty good theater because I'm going to be on the edge of my seat the entire time. Let's see what else we got here. Travion under 9.5. Oh, okay, this is a good price. I mean, it's very good. It's also good over at DraftKings, too, if you want to grab this play on Henderson. Let's look at DK. We'll also pull in FanDuel here as well. But the key thing here, guys, with Travion, I don't know why that just bounced away. Look at Pinnacle, though. Again, Pinnacle's moving. And this is something that you like to see within the last, 30 minutes. Pinnacle's moving in a downward direction. Wentz drops back to pass, 1st and 10. He's going to take a shot. And I don't know if it was a pick, but I don't know if he got both feet in bounds. I can't believe James Pierre caught that. They'll review this because it's a turnover, but he might not have gotten both feet in bounds, and it might be an incomplete pass. Either way, it'll either be 2nd and 10 or it's ball game. Wentz just threw up his helmet. I don't know what happened there. We'll see. But this is a great play on Travion Henderson. I don't mind it. It just depends, though. If there's a fumble early in the game, then Trevion's going to get a lot of opportunities. I'm watching the replay here. It depends on that left foot. Yeah, his left foot was in bounds. As long as he had possession with that right foot, guys, that's ball game. What a pick. James Pierre. Sorry I made fun of you earlier, Sherry. That's it. That's ball game. Wow, so if you had Steelers plus 4.5, there you go. Now Mike T looks like an absolute genius when really I don't think it was, but the best call. But still, I would have rather went for it on 4th and 1. Joku, under 4.5 catches. We talked about this. Let's do a little refresh really quickly. Let's see what we got going on here. Again, we're using Pinnacle as a sharp, guys, because I'm really in on that, using more of them. This is a great play. This is 22 cents off to FanDuel. Again, if you don't know how I'm getting to the 22, look at FanDuel's price, look at MGM's price. What's the difference between those two numbers? It's 22. Anything that's a difference of 20 or higher, that's just an automatic green. Go smash this play over at MGM. I like that. Jennings under 3.5. I have much more confidence in the Njoku play than I do on the Jennings play. So very good to Pinnacle, not great to FanDuel. So this Jennings play is okay. Dan, by the way, how's it going? He goes, it's a pretty good game going down to the wire, no doubt. Dan, appreciate you being a member, dude, for 10 months. Obviously, dude, I always appreciate your support, brother. Appreciate the tip from earlier this week. So, yeah, we're doing all right. This game's coming down to the wire. Looks like they called it incomplete. Are you kidding me? Incomplete? I guess the initial right foot, he didn't have possession of the ball because the ball moved. And so, of course, NFL rigged, right? Let's just keep the game going. Can't have nice things. Why would we ever have anything nice? Wentz back to pass, empty set, 2nd and 10. He's going to take a shot down the field. And that was almost picked again, and we got 3rd down. Okay, let's go back over here to Drake May over on his passing attempts. This is going to be a Bet Parks, guys. If you have a Bally Bet account, this is going to be a solid play as well. It's a penny off to Bet Rivers. Bet this over at Bet Rivers as well. Yeah, the double catch. Orty, we are almost to 7,500, guys. If we hit 7,500 subs this weekend, then Tuesday stream, we're giving away $75 to 7 people as a thank you. So you guys make sure to help me get there to 7,500. I forget what the total count is. I think we're like, I don't know, maybe 20 away, something like that. We're 14 away, guys, 14 away. So if you haven't subscribed yet, we're going to be having a live stream where I'm giving away cash. It's just going to be a fun trivia type show. It's going to be a lot of fun, so you're going to want to definitely check it out. I'm going to be giving away on the stream. If you have Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, you're eligible to win one time. We talked about Nico anytime touchdown, $70 here on no vig. This looks very good to FanDuel, very good to Pinnacle. Wentz, he gets sacked. That's the worst thing you could do if you're Carson Wentz. Now, there's a flag, but they said offsides on the Steelers, of course. So even, dude, the refs are just trying to drag this game out as long as possible. So I'm going to come over here to no vig, guys, because I really like this. If you guys can beat me to the punch on my cousin Nico Collins, I definitely like this. Again, Pinnacle's taking $2,000 on this market. I'm totally fine betting this over at no vig for $68. Let's see what we got here. Titans, Texans, and let's take a look at the receiving here. We bet him to score a touchdown earlier. We're looking for his over 70.5. And let's pull this play up and let's see what we got. So now it's 1st and 5. 1st and 5 for the Vikings. There we go. This is a very good play over at plus 104 odds, in my opinion. Not a lot of liquidity on this play, guys. Wait a minute, I'm out of cash? What a surprise. I'm out of cash, so I can't place this bet. I only have $60. So we'll place this for 60 if it's available. And you guys hopefully got it. Because I don't think it's there. Yeah, it's already gone. So good for you guys for getting that play. I should have known what balance I had in the book. I didn't. But this is a good play on Nico. Definitely like it. And the Vikings kicker, dude, they're just showing some highlights from previous. Dude's got a leg on him. So, like, if they get around the 45, 50-yard line, like which they are close, then this game's going to overtime. And this is going to be so classic Steelers. Nice, Dan. You got off work on Tuesday? Hell yeah, man. I just, dude, like, I can't believe we just haven't been able to get this thing done. 4-man rush, Wentz back to pass on 1st and 10. He's trying to throw it away, but that should be I don't know if it's intentional grounding. He stayed inside the pocket, and there was nobody there, and he didn't get the ball past the line of scrimmage. That's got to be intentional grounding. Where's the receiver? Because that would be, or unless it's on Hawkinson. But that would be loss of down. That would be a loss of down in 10 yards. I understand why Wentz threw it, but he wasn't outside the tackle box. I mean, refs, dude, you gotta help me out here. Where's the receiver? Show me the receiver, NFL Network. Yeah, they called intentional grounding. Thank you. Loss of down. Now it's backed up. I mean, you gotta call that. I mean, that's just. You get paid to do a job. Do your job. So there's a 10-second runoff, so that's really big. Now, it's enough time for the Vikings to get a ball. I mean, if I'm the Vikings, I'm maybe just taking a shot downfield. Maybe you're getting a defensive pass interference. Obviously, guys, the stream's kind of been hijacked by how poorly the Steelers are playing. My apologies. This doesn't happen very often. So now what? The Vikings have the ball at their own 23. We got a 2nd and 26. They have no timeouts, but they just got to get in the field goal range here. They probably need to get about 20, 25 more yards, and it would be an insane long field goal. No doubt about that, Arturo. No doubt about that. We're going to refresh the screen here for anyone that's looking to get some player props and doesn't care about this game. They take the underneath. And so now it's going to be, the here thing with the Vikings is it's third down. So they could spike the ball and make it fourth down, but then they got to pick up the first. This is the problem here, though. So now there's 14 seconds. Now they got to run a play, get a first down, and then either spike the ball if they get down. So this is I don't know. They're going to what, bring out the kicker? I guess they're going to bring out the kicker here because it's fourth down. They can't. They have to run a play. I don't know why they're still showing third down. Whoever's working at NFL Network, the dude probably needs to be suspended for a week. He put the wrong score up earlier when there was a touchdown. It's 4th and 13, dude. Like, get with the times. Arturo, don't tell me that, bro. I know you're live betting this game. And there's 3 seconds left. This is why Carson Wentz isn't a starting quarterback, folks. This is why he's not a starting quarterback. I mean, what are we doing here? This is very poorly officiated. And the way this game's been handled the last 60 seconds, you could tell that this is not the way it should be done. Anyways, we can kind of get back to actually what matters, which is these bets. Jared Goff on the Browns. Browns have a hell of a defense, guys, but this is 20 cents off to FanDuel, 30 cents off to Pinnacle. Those are 2 really good confirmations that we have a good play in our hands. I would take this over 29.5 passing attempts. Browns have an insanely good run defense, so it might be tough sledding for Montgomery and Gibbs today. They might be throwing the ball. They might be taking their travels through the air, and that would be Jared Goff over on his passing attempts. Some no vig plays here. All of these plays I'm going to be probably okay with. Ladd McConkey, under on his receiving yards. I'm okay with that. 4th and 18. Wentz is back to pass. They got to get a first down, and that's it. That's ball game. Okay, well, again, it was a heart attack, but they end up pulling it off. So we go into the bye week 3-1, and I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it, but we get the win. That's all that matters. Puka Nacua. Colts, Rams. Puka, I mean, this is a good play. Again, FanDuel's minus 112. McConkey under. We got Cade Otton under on his receiving yards as well. All 3 of these plays on no vig are very good. I'm probably going to go after the McConkey play because I just feel that Keenan Allen is really taking a lot of this from McConkey. I'm going to try to just bet the rest of the money I have, which is $60 on the under 63.5. So let me come over here to this Chargers game. But you could take any of these plays, guys. Puka, Cade Otton, or McConkey, all unders. I'm totally fine with that. I'm almost out of breath from this live stream right now talking about what happened. But the Steelers moved to 3-1, and we get a lucky, we get kind of fortunate there. Under 63.5 at minus 113 odds. Let's pull this up, see what we got. And yeah, there's only... Okay, there's a little bit more here at plus 111. This under here, I'm sorry. So we're going to go with 60. There we go. We're taking the under. I was looking at the over for a second. Bingo. There we go. So we're taking McConkey under 63.5. We'll throw this in the bet tracker, guys. And there we go. Got to get some more money in a no vig, that's for sure. A lot of good opportunities over there. This Bryce Young play, I'm not going to mess with, guys. It's probably a very good play. It is under on his rushing yards. There's only $25. Feel free to go after that. Danny Jones to throw a pick. Rams have a good defense. Anything over plus 110 odds, guys, is a good play. Very good at ESPN, BetMGM, or DraftKings. Not showing on Onyx right now. So this is a specific bet for these 3 books. You could grab this at FanDuel. It's okay at FanDuel. It's not great. I'd rather do this at DraftKings, MGM, or ESPN Bet. Again, we're going to be streaming tomorrow, guys, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific. Let's kind of go back to the DGFAI slip generator. Let's see what we have going on over here. And let's see if we got any 3-pick slips going on here. Any 3s? A lot of 6. All right, here's a 3-pick slip that we talked about. Here's a 3-pick slip on Underdog and PrizePicks. I'll kind of just stop it here and let you guys kind of take a look. See if I can get that Colby Thomas play in there. Yeah, over on bases. There we go. So this is a 3-pick entry for 2 different platforms. Holy smokes. Holy smokes. That was a wild one of a game. A wild one of a game, but we pull it off. 3-1's 3-1. I'll take it. Definitely take it. Keeps us tied for at least first place in the AFC North, which is all that matters. Okay. So there's going to be 2 different 3-pick slips. Again, I can't share the slips with you guys on here because I'm obviously in Pennsylvania. But there we go. And then what else do we got here? Anything else? Some rebet twos. We got some different two-pick slips on rebet. Travion under on his receiving yards. Baker under on his rushing yards. Again, if you want to mess around with baseball, you can. Last day of the regular season. So that just means that the NBA is closing in, guys. We're getting close on it. I'm fired up for some NBA. Oh, man, it's going to be such a good time. Different three-pick entry over here on Underdog as well. A little WNBA, MLB, and NFL kind of all encompassed right here. So, can't believe they didn't get the first down. They decided to punt the ball. Just insane. Just insane. But hopefully the stream, guys, is working out okay for you. No lagging, no nothing. Everything's working out okay for you. But, yeah, here we go. Here we go. Let me catch up in the chat, see if there's any questions. Yeah, 3-1's a great start. Way better than the Chiefs or Ravens. Yeah, Chiefs or Ravens. One of them are about to be 1-3, which is crazy to say, but that's going to be the case after tonight. But looking forward to that game as well. And what else do we have here? We got all right. We got some Fliff plays. Let's see. Do we have any Fliff up here? Yeah, we got a 6-pick entry on Fliff. I'll kind of showcase this right here, and we'll see what we got. What a crazy game. What a crazy game. But it feels good. Feels good. Feels good to be back in there, and now we're looking really good. So, man, crazy, crazy, crazy. All right, so this is where we're going to kind of end the stream today, guys. I got to run into the city, kind of doing a little hosting, showing the girlfriend around. So I'm going to be in downtown Pittsburgh, just kind of showing her the city a bit. So that'll be a lot of fun. But otherwise, guys, I really appreciate you guys hanging with me. We're going to be doing this again tomorrow. And then Tuesday, I will be back in Arizona, back in the normal surroundings. And we'll be looking to lock it in for week 5 of the NFL and week 6 of college football, as we had a really, really wild Saturday. All right, guys, if nothing else, appreciate you guys tuning in. Have an awesome Sunday. May all your bets hit, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow morning. Take care.